Hi, Kate.
Hello.
Michelle Martin from Trevara Sustainable Media Platform. Congratulations on your prize. And
Thank you.
Perhaps more importantly, I'd like to thank you for continually sharing your time and your platform to raise awareness about the urgency of climate action and sustainability. We know we have a deadline to get to net zero, and we also know that there's a business case for sustainability in the film and TV industry. So to give this conversation more attention in the media without getting played off stage, I would love to know if you have any specific changes or commitments you'd like to see from colleagues in the industry to help the industry move forward to achieve net zero and sustainability in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah, we're a very public-facing industry. I mean, it's a very obvious thing to say. And we make a lot of documentaries about anthropogenic climate change. We make a lot of films where climate disaster is the backdrop, but yet we're very slow to pivot to make the work in a more sustainable way. And having led a very large theatre company to become a green, a leading green theatre company, I know that there is not only a financial incentive to do so, alongside the moral imperative to do so, but there's an incredible creative opportunity there to make work differently. And I find it bizarre that we were able, as an industry, whereas a lot of industries were slow, the cinema industry pivoted incredibly quickly during the pandemic to find ways to make work. Suddenly, there was money for a COVID officer to make sure that everyone was safe and secure and the work could progress. And I would just say, as a conversational gambit, why don't we have a green officer to make sure that there's embedded in pre-production? Because if you start doing it while you're shooting, it's only ever going to be an add-on. It's not going to affect the way you make work, where you decide to shoot, how you decide to shoot there. We made a film with the wonderful Warwick Thornton, which came here to the festival, and we decided that we were going to make it in a green way. And it took a lot of organising because those song lines, those structures are still not in place, embedded. And we had to do a lot of planning. And it cost us a little bit of money, but in the end, it also saved us a bit of money. So it became cost neutral. And I think the more commonplace these ways of working become, the more embedded they become in the way we create the work, the more cost-effective they become and cost-neutral. And in fact, the theatre company that I'm referring to, the Sydney Theatre Company, it saved us an incredible amount of money, and it brought in a whole new range of audiences who were fascinated to experience a piece of theatre, knowing that their carbon footprint was incredibly low. Because obviously theatre it happens under lights, and it's it's an intensive user of electricity, and knowing that is actually good for the planet and enjoyable. It's not hair shirt. You start to affect the way people think about what they can do in their own small way at home. But I do think it's upon us as an industry. It's like the same thing with the inclusivity conversation, which is so important to have. The more homogenous things are in front of the screen, in the writer's room, the more banal the work becomes over time. The more homogenous any board is of any organisation, you're never going to have systemic change. And so I think if we start to embed those things in the way we make work, the work will be energised by it. No more questions. See, start talking about climate change and everyone leaves the room. It's sexy, I promise you.